in the far distant future. That's the first part, and then I think there's the second part.
If he says keep it raw, I'm out of here.
Okay, I'm sorry, he is saying to Jessica also that his heart is broken in two with regards to being separated from you. Jessica, were you like his girlfriend?
No, I was just a very, like, his best friend. He was my...
Okay, he's saying that he is like split in two, and that he said despite his great ability to articulate his feelings, he doesn't even have the words to articulate how it is that he feels, and that it's pretty much taken him like everything he had to keep it together to articulate himself for his mother, and now with his addition of you, he's just becoming undone. He does not have an ability to articulate everything that he wants to say. He says he really sort of like, there's this great sort of feeling that I have, the medium of him just being just totally cut off,
Yes. I was wondering, I don't know if you can ask him how he feels about was he surprised when his mom came out here? Or if he loves the, I guess, bond he's created or connection he's created between us?
Could you rephrase the question? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking.
Just like if he's, I guess, how happy is he that his passing, I guess, has kind of, created this connection between his mother and I.
Oh, okay. Let me jot that down.
Sorry, I didn't know how to word that.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just was confused. So, no, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so, do you live here in California?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to hear that. She was wondering if you are happy that this has, at the very least, there's a silver lining in that it might have paved the way for a greater connection between her and your mother. Okay, he's going to give me a response to that. He says that if there was anything that could be said to be something positive to be gained from his passing, it would be that it could serve as a bridge between those whom I love the most. And he said this is exactly this sort of like interconnectivity that he really values. And the same sort of idea that he was telling his mom to kind of live her life in his honor in this way. This sort of like cherishing of others and facilitating like strong, sort of like vibrant connections is exactly the sort of thing that he really, really cherishes. And exactly the sort of thing that they really value in heaven is to look down and see loved ones coming together and finding common ground. And if they're able to do so as a result of this occasion, then it is at least, like you said, perhaps something positive that is coming out of it, and it's something, yes, that there's nothing else that would make him more happy than that.
Okay. Well,
and I do have some remaining content for Mary.
Okay, I'd like to switch back over to that. Yeah, let's switch back over to that now. Okay.
Okay. So, let's see. The other, oops, sorry about that. Okay, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so the remaining content that he had given, and this is also largely in first person, so speaking directly to you, Mary. So what it is that he had said was, the other thing that I want to convey to my mom is that there is also this deep sense of everlasting peace and contentment here. He said, I don't know how else to put it other than to describe it like that. I know it sounds kind of corny, but thank God it really is kind of true what you hear in things like the Bible or books and movies. That it really has been what has kept me from feeling as frightened as I might otherwise be. One moment here. As I might otherwise be. When I think of this feeling, this sense of like everlasting peace and contentment, it is what helps me to understand that I can face this tragedy until one day far in the future I can be reunited with everyone. So he was very, very emphatic about that, and definitely wanted you to know that sort of sense that you see, you had mentioned that you guys were Catholic, that sort of sense that's referred to in the world's religions and that we see in media, that there, and I as a medium, I have received this time and time again, that they always do convey that it is very real, that there is a real sense of peace and inner contentment that is unlike what we experience over here, unfortunately, but that it is, it can be of great comfort to understand that they feel a sense of contentment. So he also goes on to say that with regards to the world gentle and caring as you might hope for in a place that is called heaven or the afterlife or a place where there is thought to be a sense of God and unity. So he says everyone is very kind and gentle, and it really does live up to what you might imagine to exist in a place called quote-unquote heaven. And he says, it's very important that I convey to you, Mom, that I am in a place where there is intense unity and brotherly love, you might say. So he did want to convey that he definitely is in the good place. There is no, there isn't any negative sort of unhappy sort of experience where he is. There is a great sense of unity and connectivity between everyone. And then the final little bit that he gave me to convey is that he says, I want you to know, Mom, that I will never again leave your side or doubt you in terms of what it is that you consider appropriate for me. You were always trying to look out after me, and my loyalty to you has intensified because of your efforts to always try to keep me safe. And he has this great sense of I really should have just embodied my mom's common sense of safety more. He says you always understood what was the best thing for me, and that always is what I should have been having in my mind. He mentions that there was an issue of safety that he could have been better at in terms of following your advice and your general sort of approach towards safety. So and that was the final section that he gave me to give to you.
Well, I thank you very much, and you make sure you tell Jill thank you for this gift. And I thank you for your energy. I know that this takes a lot out of a person as a medium. So I thank you for giving your energy of the day.
Oh, no problem.
I don't know what else to say. I don't know how this ends other than I don't think I need to tell you to tell him that I love him. I think he knows that, and I think you've made it clear that he's very open to me still talking to him, and for me to be more open to hearing him talk back to me. And I think
God, I'm so happy you just said that. He asked me about that before we started. You said you're open to hearing from him if you can, trying to pick up. He says a word or something here or there, or says a phrase. He was asking me that beforehand, and I forgot to ask you. That is what you mean?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Yes, she is confirming she is open to this. He does have. Do you mind if I give you a couple more words that he has to say on that? I don't think he realized that you maybe felt that way.
That's fine.
He was hoping so. So let me get. And then also before you go, I'd like to get your email because I wrote all of this out in a transcript and I can send it to you. And believe me, it can be very hard to keep all of this in your mind in real time when it's happening, and it can be